All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Okay, so we have had a lot to talk about on our last two meetings. We started our first one talking about all the incentives for May and the cruise. And then last week we talked about customer care and the survey and all the Facebook pages and Instagram pages that we have. So hopefully everybody has a good understanding of the cruise stuff and everything that we have to offer going on right now. We talked about planning an event for June for men, which is going to be really great. We have convention coming up in June at noon. So hopefully everybody just has an understanding. As I always say, reach out to your sponsor if you have questions. And when it's quiet, just assume that everybody knows what they're doing. So I wanted to have this Zoom meeting just kind of be a getting back to basics kind of thing. Maybe it'll inspire you and invigorate you because we've kind of touched on all the housekeeping kind of stuff for May that's going on. We have, hey, Lisa. We have 10 more days left of the month for double credits for this cruise. And if you dive in these 10 days, you can do so much more than the whole entire contest together. Like, don't underestimate the power of one day in Plexus. We got free shipping, which is awesome. You have everything is at your fingertips. It's literally your choice. If you're going to put it into practice, you can move your business substantially in these 10 days. So it is your call, and we are here to support you. So with those 10 days, I just want to talk to you a little bit about some tactics, what you could do, and then also want to address the subject on kind of going stale with your people that you can reach out to and how you can get reinvigorated and who you can reach out to and how you can do that. We want to talk about that too, which is kind of something that's always going on in this business. And you're never going to run out of people because there are how many billion people in the world? 8, whatever. You're never going to run out of people. Okay. We live in a world of social media. This is not just a warm market business. It's great for warm market, but this is the opportunity to meet strangers and befriend people and find, people that you never knew in your life and become the best of friends and business partners. So there is never an end to how many people you can connect with and have tried these products. Everybody needs them. So if you are feeling like you've reached a dead end, it is up to you to start moving again. You can never stop. There's always a place to keep going. So you are the only roadblock in your way. It is not what is laid out in front of you. It's the same big, humongous pool of people for everybody. So do not be your worst enemy. Do not get in your way. Do not give up. So we will talk about that going stale kind of thing, how to fill up your funnel again. So some tactics for the end of the month here. You should have existing conversations. If you're actively doing this business, you could have 3, you could have 10, you could have 100 existing conversations. You are the initiator of these conversations. It's hard. It's not like a normal back and forth with your friend in real life. They say something, you say something. It's just like, oh, they reached out to me today. It's not always like that. A lot of the time, you are the person initiating the conversation, and that's hard to be that person. It takes a lot of confidence and even faking it till you make it confidence. Pressing send, even if you are like, oh my gosh, is this going to sound good? Is it coming at the right time? Did I do this right? You might just have to press send anyway. That is, like we were talking before we started this meeting a little bit. We were talking about Christina Williams, who's an amazing diamond. She's such a go-getter. This girl was showing up even when it was uncomfortable and no one else was showing up. She continued to show up. And it's just a matter of time until you attract people and that are like you, that are like-minded. But the only way it's not going to happen is if you don't show up. So you have to continue those conversations. You have to show up to the Zooms. You have to put in the effort if you want this to happen. It's not this big magical thing that we sometimes make it to be. It is literally do IPA, do the things, you will get this. Do it more often, do it more hours of the day. It will come faster. You have better odds at meeting people that, are like-minded. So it's literally the balls in your court. We also said that Christina Williams was ordering ProBio 5 for 2 years retail, and that's all she wanted. She wanted nothing else, nothing else. Sometimes those people that are the most closed-minded that make us uncomfortable, oh my gosh, oh, they're angry, they don't like me. Those are the people that are gonna be amazing business people, the diehards that stick out through all of it. Like, look at her now. She's an intense personality. Oh my gosh. You look at her and you're like, ooh, she lives her whole life like type A, bam, 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 you know? But like, those are the people you want. And so if you can find a way to just continue to talk to someone like that, and not be like, it's all about you need to order right now, but just like keeping that relationship going, you have to believe in your head that it's only a matter of time. That someone so smart and talented and bright is going to see the truth. They're going to take some time to do the research. They're going to see what a great opportunity. They just got to organize their own things in their life, right? So you have to be the constant. So at the end of the month here, when it's crunch time, you should have already done all your chit chat. You should have been that person they can talk to that, well, what are they posting on their page? What are they interested in? Well, you're going to go compliment their garden. You're going to go say happy birthday to their kid. You should have been doing that this whole time. And so now you can kind of swoop in last minute and be like, like friend to friend, like there's no need to put this off any longer. Like, hey, it's free shipping. You can always return it. Like, I'll help you get it done. Let's place that order for you. Let's get it done. Like, oh my gosh, it is summer coming up. I don't know what I'd be doing without this drink this summer. I mean, we all know that. What are they going to? Lemonade, bleh, sugar, like pop, sugar, all the stuff that's in it. It does not make you feel good in the summer. We know that. This is a drink you can go to. You feel vibrant and energetic. Like, we are so lucky. Sometimes I look and I'm like, what do these people drink all day? Like, yeah, water, but what else are they drinking? Like, they need this. Our kids need this. What are our kids drinking? Juice? Like, you gotta help these people say, you got to take a chance. Like, you need this. There is no risk. I remember when I first started, I was saying that 60-day money back guarantee thing all the time. Like, so many people are like, don't say that. You're telling them they can return it. And I was like, no, I'm telling them they'll lose. Like, what's the worst thing that could happen? You hate it and you get your money back. Like, where else can you taste something? I can't like go eat a bag of chips at Target and then go return my empty bag. I can't do that. So like, what do you have to lose? And you have to kind of take that kind of like oh my gosh, Lisa Lisa Cartwright's going, she's going nuts. Disco. Yeah. Is that what your brain feels like sometimes when you can't sleep? Yeah, that's it right there. Oh my gosh, what was I saying? Well, you just gotta have to be that friend, and you gotta earn the right to be the friend. Okay, you gotta be that friend that's like, you gotta just try this. Like, okay, well, it's money. Well, guess what? This is what you can do. So many people are doing it. Put up a status. Get your sister to do it. Like, just force her. This isn't a matter of convincing your sister or best friend. You say, do it. I mean, how many people do you have in your life where you can talk like that too? Like my brother, I'm like, I don't freaking care what you think. Do it. We're doing this together. We can get our money back. So as long as you let them know that you have their back and they're safe because they can return it, there's nothing more to say, right? And so you got to come in and be that friend. And you can be that friend to strangers. You can. But how much are you being that person they can talk to when it's not about Plexus in the meantime? So when it is the end of the month and you're going for a goal, you got to be in a lot of messages. So it's a numbers game. We've said this so many times. The whole Easter egg analogy, there's 100,000 Easter eggs out in the room, and someone says one of them has, you can retire and have all the money that you want in your life and your whole family is set. Go. Are you not going to run because you're like, oh, it's 100,000 eggs. I'm never going to find it. No, you're going to give it your best shot and you're going to run. Well, that's what you need to do right now when it's double credits. That's what you need to do. You need to be messaging everyone. And there are so many ways to do that. It's not just a Plexus follow-up message. Go to their page, reply to their stories. Like you just I don't know how to explain it sometimes, because it's like it's kind of a common sense thing. Our problem is we overthink our actions and then we make it weird. Like it's all about when am I coming in for the set? Like, no, loosen up on what you say and just go interact with the person. Like, what would you do normally if somebody, had a graduation party for their child right now? You wouldn't be like, how do I say congratulations on your graduation? You wouldn't say that. You just go, oh, congratulations. You know, we're making it too weird. And you need, I think what you feel weird about is that you feel like they know you're going for a goal. And I think that's the weird feeling that we have. But do you think the CEO of Target wakes up every morning is like, "Oh, I'm taking all these people's money. I'm such a horrible person." Like, no, because he knows what he's created. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's 10 million people that own Target. He knows what he's created is great for people and they love it and it makes them happy. And he finds confidence in being a businessman and organizing a business and being smart and making it better and better and better. That is what we do in America. That is corporate America. That's America. You need money in America. So I think just this sometimes we struggle with that when it's us, but you have to treat this like a business. Get your notebook open and understand you are reaching out with pure intentions. You are going to help someone. Yeah, the side effect is that it's going to help your family and a cruise. Yeah, and guess what? That's awesome. And if someone's not happy for you for that, they're jealous. Like if any of you won this cruise and I didn't, I'd be happy for you. Like imagining you going on a cruise. Go you, lucky you. And so if somebody's going to be a downer or negative, forget them, right? You do your thing for your family and for other people. We are offering something so great, right? And if you don't believe that it's so great, you better go do your research and watch some videos and soak up all of the greatness of this opportunity and income and the products and our fun little group that we have. You better go fill your soul with that and then go back out into the world, because if you don't have that belief, I mean, this is people are going to read it all over your face and in your messages. So if you recognize that deficit, go press play on something. Listen to it when you're driving in your car. Like there's no excuse. It's so crazy because I think when we think about it so overwhelmingly sometimes and we become frozen, it just seems so impossible. But then when you start doing the things a little bit every day, just saying, okay, I am going to do this, discipline yourself, just like going to the gym. Okay, I'm going to the gym today, even though I don't want to. I'm going to the gym today, even though I don't want to. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoo, hey, I have more energy now. Oh, it's easier to go to the gym. Ooh, I'm feeling and looking good. All of a sudden you're gonna be like, oh, that person like reached out to me about the business all of a sudden. Where did this come from? Like, why wasn't this happening before? Where did this come from? What can I attribute this to? Oh, that's just what happens. When you do the work, it comes back to you. And when it comes back to you, it is such an immense blessing, like a great person and more income for you and seeing how you can help that family make an income and dream big and spread the word. Like it just becomes surreal. So there's really not much space between not doing well in this business and doing great. Like we seem to think of it as like, oh, up here is just so hard to do and it's only for certain people. But really, this blessing right here is going to come down on anybody that doesn't give up. You can't be a jerk. You can't be fake. You can't try to manipulate. You can't go do bad things. But if you're doing the basics, you have a pure heart, you know that self discipline is the way to go. That if you sent 2 messages, you could probably send 4. You can probably get yourself out of your comfort zone and try something new. If you continue to do those things every single day, this is yours. This is doable. And that's the shock. Like to this day, I did make it to the top and I still say, how? Like, how? Because we're all human. We're all human. But every single day, every single message compiles. And so it's just a matter of how many are you going to do. So I always bring up one Black Friday that I have as an example because I remember I sat there. I think it was like a Saturday or Sunday. It was a weekend and there wasn't much going on because I prioritized my business. Because guess what? That weekend was worth everything. Everything that when I decided, you know what, today I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to go to the farmer's market or go see that new movie. I'm not going to do that. Today, I'm going to work this weekend. I sat there and I think I put a TV show on and I spent probably 3.5, 4 hours of just sending messages. So it ended up being, I think I counted like 250 messages, like everything. I mean, I was messaging people from 2 years ago. Okay. And you might not have that many, but you have some, and your job is to keep adding to that list. So that list is really long. And I just copy and paste, change their name. Copy, paste, change their name, scroll up a little. Oh, I don't want to say this to that person because that's right. We said this last. Oh, I'll edit it. It's tedious. It's not a blast, but where else can you just kind of sit and watch TV and edit a little couple words and press send, right? And in for that Black Friday, I signed up, it was 6 or 7 people. So I sent 250, I signed 6 or 7. That's the odds. And that 6 or 7 was huge for my business. It was huge. Like, do not underestimate the value of one human. One human, even if they're not doing the business, they could someday. You don't know. You don't know what experience they're going to have on the products and who they know. Oh my gosh, there could be somebody that's cranky and oh, you're like, oh gosh, who is Laverne? Oh, she's so hard to manage. She's so negative about everything. But then Laverne has a little turnaround because you were patient with her and you cared about her. And guess what? Laverne's got a rich aunt who owns a country club. You know, you are repaid with that greatness because you were a good person to Laverne. You didn't give up on Laverne. Yeah, she's kind of a jerk, but she could poop, Like you have to just downscale it. You're gonna freak yourself out if you think of this big thing and oh gosh, like how am I ever gonna get there? Everybody else gets there. I can't do nope. This is about today. The people that aren't gonna make the cruise are the people that aren't working today. And then tomorrow. But guess what? It's not an 8-hour job. Genevieve told us as a jewel, you should be working 20 hours a week. 20. It's a pretty good part-time job. That's not a crazy amount. That's a great paying part-time job. But if you freeze and think you got to do something huge or think you got to work for 8 hours that day, you're not going to do very much. Commit to yourself. Commit to yourself. So yeah, so some other things that you can do, Lisa. Some other things you can do here with these 10 days left, throw some money around. Throw some money around. If you've ever watched the Gold Mastermind series, watch that. They are so good about talking about investing in your business. You started a business for $9.95. The rest that you spent, you bought your products. You like your products. You bought them for yourself. You spent $9.95 on a business for yourself. You can't invest anymore. People spend thousands investing in their business. And why aren't you? Are you doubting it's not going to work out? Are you, kind of being cheap? Like you can be cheap and back here and just take what's given to you. But it creates like a way that you handle things and manage things, right? Like how many times in life, like you think of like tithing at church or like trying to control something going on in your life. When you let go, just kind of let go of the control and you give, right? Like even, oh gosh, I really don't want to give $100 to Salvation Army or whatever. When you just let go and give, you feel really good and it comes back. It comes back. And those people, if you let them know, like, hey, I wanna pay for an extra product for that product for you, or I'm gonna pay for your shipping for you because I really want you to try this. Hopefully, if they're a nice person, they're gonna realize, gosh, that's really nice. That's really nice of you. Thank you. And we have a new little system too where you can make your own incentive codes. So if they do get a return, you get your money right back, instead of paying with Venmo and they return and then oops, you're out 10, $20. This is a good way with that little incentive. It'll go right back into your Plexus Pay account. So there's always that. But I like to view it as if I could sign someone up right now and make nothing, am I okay with that? Like if I paid, so we make, $20 business building bonus, like $15 in points or whatever. So $35 per person, despite all like the racking up and the points and everything else that you get from it. If I came out with $0 for this person signing up, how would I feel about that? Like, great. I signed someone up. Like, that's a big deal. That's very exciting. This is going to move me forward. Who knows what this person's experience is going to be? Heck yeah. Now, am I saying go pay $35 for everybody? No, because to a degree, when you're paying that much money for somebody, then they want that kind of a discount the next month. And, like it creates this whole thing of, well, now I can't afford it. But when you're going after a goal, you got to get things moving. And like, okay, so oh gosh, well, I gave this person $30 off, not really like me. I don't usually do that with people. Well, then let's treat them differently. Let's treat them differently. That survey is going to say, hey, can you afford this these next couple months? Have a conversation like, I'm so glad that you can try this at a cheaper price, but just remember you need to do this next month too. You need to order this next month. And if you have any issues with that, let me know. I can help you. Now that doesn't mean you're going to be paying, but you're going to help her make a post or him, you know, but that's how you get things moving. You get things moving with many, many messages. Just copy and paste, get going, change the name, add an emoji, whatever you got to do. So that's, I mean, it's tedious, but do it. The more messages, the better. That's how you get things done. Sales, that's how you get things done. Oh my gosh, it's just this, just for these 2 days. So great. If you send an image, it'll catch their attention too. If you need help making an image, we can show you how to make an image. It's not that hard. There's so many apps. You can just type a dollar, $20 off. Another thing though, that I've seen to be really helpful in your messages when you're saying like there's a huge discount. If you say $20 off, they're like, okay, of what? It could be $20 off $500. Like that doesn't matter. So I like to say like 40% off. 45% off. I will calculate it. Okay, I'm going to give them this much back and this is what it's going to cost total. And I find out the percentage, which I don't know why to this day, I don't know how to calculate percentages. I'm like always Googling to find it out. I don't really know how to do it, but they respond to that versus this much money off. People do like free shipping. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So when you can say this amount instead of that amount, Vicky said, I will look at it and I'll say, okay, what's the retail price if they weren't a VIP and they just went and ordered the pink drink and this and this? Well, it's going to cost, I don't know, like $150. It's $150, but with this sale, it's going to be 89. Then they look at that and they're like, "Oh my gosh." They see that the distance between the two. And that's no lie. If they went and ordered the pink drink like this and didn't get your discount or free shipping and by making a VIP account, that is what they'd be spending. It's not a lie, you know? And then if people, don't respond, I will go through, I will see who had seen the message, because we can see now on Facebook and Instagram who's seen your message. I'll be like, what are your thoughts about that? And then if they didn't see the message, I'm going to unsend it and I'm going to resend it. So it pops up higher in their messages. And it's tedious work, but you just got to do it. So if you need help with wording, how to word a sale, let us know. But sales work, flash sales work, giving them like, okay, it's this short period of time. I can help you. Oh, I can. I'm running out. That's all right. Give me your info. I'll do it. That's all right. I'll do it. Always take it on yourself. Do it. This is no big deal. You want to just make it seem like the easiest thing. You'll take everything off their plate. They don't have to be on a subscription. That's, I think, one of the number one concerns of people is, well, I just want to try it. I don't want to be on a subscription. Right? That's another thing, like the 60-day money back guarantee conversation. Yeah, to a degree, it's like, oh, it gets in their head that they can return it. Oh, it gets in their head that they can turn off their subscription. But on the flip side, you get to say, you're probably not going to return it And if you do order with that subscription, change the date and you get products for free with your credits, right? So it's loosening the reins, but then giving them a reason to want to stick with it. It's like, yeah, my gosh, no subscription. You can always return it. You're not going to want to. And you get free products. It's so exciting, so cool. Like I can help you with everything. Like I think that really helps in the conversation. So yeah, those are my tips for going crazy at the end of the month. You have to be in your messages. You have to prioritize your job. You have to talk to the people in your life. This is a very different kind of job and people don't understand it. And usually it's our family that's the hardest on us and don't understand this job. They don't because they want you off your phone. You look like you're just scrolling reels and TikTok and not paying attention to them. They don't understand you are at work. Your job comes at different hours of the days of other jobs, right? And so have that conversation with your significant other, your family, talk to your kids, involve your kids. One of the best thing that I ever did was say, "Claire, mommy's going for this." What, mommy? Yeah, so this is what mommy does, like showing her mommy works hard, and then when that's done, I give her lots of attention. And when we hit goals together, we celebrate together, like they get to see mommy in work mode and other mommy. It's not just mommy in work mode who doesn't talk to me anymore and all she does is work. No, but your family needs to know this looks different. It's a different kind of job, but this is what you can expect from me, and I'm going to need some things to be a little different, just like you bring your kids to daycare. Well, I know we all have very different family situations, but maybe husband's gonna watch the kids so mom can go to a coffee shop or mom can have the house alone for 2 hours. And when you get those 2 hours, you drink your pink drink, you wash your face, you put on some music, you get a comfortable spot where you can work, and you work. You don't let yourself out of it. Like that is being a business owner, getting the stuff done and doing the stuff. It's not rocket science, it's not complicated. It's a numbers game of how many messages you send, and then being real, being yourself. Don't be fake, Read that message back and think, what would it feel like to get that message? And a lot of the time too, I kind of feel like you can mess up in messages. You can do spelling errors. You can even sound weird or salesy for a second, because there should be enough like that they can go to your page and see how real and genuine you are, or the previous conversation with you that you've built up, that they're not affected by that. I mean, because you have such a strong authentic presence anyway, which only it's not magic. The only way to do that is by being authentic, which we can all do. It looks different for everybody, but you can choose to be authentic and kind of like let things land, like instead of caring about doing it perfectly or what the numbers are going to be in return of what you put out, to try to manipulate what you post for a response, instead of trying that, be 1,000,000% you and let it fall where it may. Because you might have 0 likes one day, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, everyone identified with that. Everybody got it. So you have to just put it out there. Message, 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 throw some money around. Even if you were like, I'm going to invest $300 in the end of May into my business, wherever that is. I mean, you could pay for someone to start the business. There are people that need money and won't start the business because they need money. They don't want to put the money up. I'll tell you right now, Marianne paid for me. I had $168 in my bank account when I started Plexus, and Marianne paid for me. That was a risk. And I've paid for people before. I've probably paid for, I want to say like 8 people. And you know what? Some of them, it was a whole crash and burn situation. Or I just get my money back from them. They quit and I'm like, well, pay me back, and they do. Um, or there are people that were really great for a while and then they left. Would I still have paid for them? Yes. Yes. That was absolutely worth it. Even if they're not here now, it was absolutely worth it. So think about that too. If there's someone that can't afford it and needs the income, every single dollar you put forth is going to come back to you. You have to realize that and relinquish control. So, what if you say, I'm going to invest that $300 the last week of May here and go, go, go. Would you pay $300 for a cruise? Because I know there are people that will pay $2,000 for a cruise because a cruise to the Caribbean is pretty great. Would you pay $300 for it? Yeah, it's a good discount, you know? And it's you're probably going to end up not paying that because when you invest that much and get so many more people in the game, all the working parts, when you get more working parts, more things are going to happen. You're going to see that $300 come back to you like this. So it's hard because you're like, I want to make money, why am I giving money? It's hard, but I have not regretted any time that I took aside for Plexus and any money I put aside for Plexus ever. Because if you do the simple things, and you're consistent, you give money and you send a lot of messages and keep making connections, you will be here. Black and white. There's no way you will not be there unless you mess it up yourself. And we're not going to let you do that because we know what we're doing and we believe in you. And everything's workoutable. Every single issue is workoutable. Talk to somebody. We will work it out. We will find a way to get through it. We can always grow. Okay. Man, I thought I had nothing to talk about. That was like 40 minutes talking. All right. So, okay, real quick. Then we want to talk on the subject. So yes, so go for it. Double credits. It's humongous, you guys. It's double the movement. That's nuts. It's so nuts. How many of you would rather be like, I don't know if I'm going to earn the cruise, and then have to like crunch time, work your butt off in the end of August and be so stressed, unsure if you're going to make it? Or force yourself and be disciplined for these 10 days and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so far ahead. I could probably just like have a nice summer with Plexus and then get a cruise at the end of it. Like, which would you choose? I would hope we would all know, like, self-discipline. Let's get as far as we can right now to eliminate stress later. Let's do it. And then all of a sudden it opens up the opportunity for the whole shopping spree, which is not just for a select few either. That can be you too. Trust me, everybody that gets it is still in shock about how they get it. Like, that's Plexus. Okay. So when you feel like you have reached your limit with your network, how do we expand our network? And how do we have conversations with strangers? Because you've reached out to your warm market and you want to expand it, right? And then another thing that we're going to talk about is engagement being down. I'll just touch on that first. Engagement is really down on Instagram. This is nothing new. It's been going down a long time. And we have nice little bursts and we think we know what we're doing and it's going well. And then bam, we're all in that boat. Everybody's in that boat. And it sucks and it messes with your head and everything feels so much smaller and harder. Oh my gosh, like if I just posted and I had 1,000 story views, like I could be doing the same amount of work but have better odds. Yeah, that would be incredible. But let's be real, I don't think it's happening. Like Instagram it's a beast. It is what it is. And I don't know how good story views are on Facebook, but I think more people watch stories over on Instagram than Facebook. It's just not going to be anything special. It's nothing special. So it's just I think we just all need to have a moment where we accept what's going on there. And it's like how we said in the beginning of this call, you show up regardless. You post regardless. Something I want to address is repeat what works. Like I think sometimes we get in this like, I'm going to create something new and try it like this, or oh, what if I create this and post that? Maybe that'll work. But there's something back there that you've done before where you got some action. And doesn't have to mean like it exploded and everybody's so interested, but maybe you got 1, 2, or 3 comments. Like, that's great. Do it again. Do that again. Nobody is looking at your feed and breaking it apart. Like, what did she post and when? Oh, she did 2 Plexus things in a row. Oh, she talks about that so much. Oh, look at her. Nobody does that. We are all on the feed page, just looking at all the millions of people we follow pop up. Nobody is examining you. You're examining you in your head. Enough. Post. So I had a post that did really well. So I kept it on my page, even though I'm not one to put like words on my page, but why not? Who cares, Jenny? Get over it. Does not matter. Um, and it was just like blood sugar, inflammation, and gut health. That post blew up for some reason. So why am I not posting that again? I could post it every week, forever in Plexus. I could post it every day of these 10 days because I really want to get action. And one day it might have 0 likes. Maybe it's going to have 3 days in a row where it has 0 likes. But maybe my timing's going to be good and my hashtags will be good and somebody's going to see it because I know it worked in the past. So I'm not going to sit here and be angry at Instagram because Instagram is what it is. It screws us over. It's not that great. It's not that impressive. It doesn't do what we want it to do. But I know this has worked before, so I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to get over myself about what it looks like or how often I'm posting it or what people could think. I'm just going to do it because I know it works. Like, let go of the control and just do. Just force yourself to do. Um, yeah, you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself to always be coming up with new ideas and new ways of doing things, because then you might just be running and kind of drifting when in reality, like maybe there's only like a solid 10 things that really work really well. And that's kind of all you have to do. This is a consistency business. It's not that crazy. You could never stray from the triplex and go diamond, like you don't have to make it so big, even though there is so much we want to do and we get so excited. Dumb it down, repeat it, you know? Um, so yeah, the engagement being down, I mean, just it is what it is. But thankfully on our side, we have one quality person is worth 1,000 story watchers. It just is. So I would rather be in a business like that anyway than needing to get numbers. I would rather have quality people that I connect with. So just remember the right people are watching your stuff. Just be genuine and post. Like if you're not posting, then you're shooting yourself in the foot. But just get the post up. Anything. Just try it. But right, like keep track. What did well? Oh, that did do well. I'm gonna do it again. Like, what's the magic post? Looking for 6 friends to try my pink drink with 2 other free products. Like, yeah, if you posted it every day, I bet you'd feel a little weird. And maybe if you did it every day, someone would start to notice. But we should be posting that frequently. And just delete it off your page. Keep it up for 24, 48 hours and delete it off your page. It should be like we know it works. It has worked. Try it again. All right. Oh, and continue, whoever is watching your stories, message them. If they're continuing to watch your stories, they know what you do, or they should, because you're posting about it. Genevieve says you can only post. Of course, you're going to fight me on this. That once or twice a year? Oh my gosh. Do I have enough guts to like go battle Genevieve about that?
I don't know. She just says that it doesn't work all the time. It's like a post that works every once in a while and you can't use it all the time.
Okay,
I
well,
forget her exact wording around it, but
if it doesn't work all the time and you only post it once or twice a year, your odds are even lower than if you
maybe
post
it wasn't a year, maybe it was 6 months, but whatever. The point is,
I think she's good
not a
because
lot.
she doesn't want people to be lazy. Like that's if you had someone come in and that's all they posted, like it's no, she doesn't want anyone to depend on that. This is don't get me wrong, that's something you do on top of everything we're talking about. You cannot post your way to diamond. You cannot. You cannot. It is all about conversations in the background. Like I remember I was on Instagram because Instagram is my wheelhouse more than Facebook, but whatever. I was on my social media for hours, but I was never out there. I was in the messages. So be like if you're on Facebook and you're only in Messenger forever. Like you're not out there doing other things. Like I was in conversations all the time. So it looked like I was online, but I wasn't out there just doing stuff on Instagram. I was in those messages. That is everything. That's worth everything. Anyway, my whole point is just get some posts up and just try again. And Genevieve, she's not diamond. That would be amazing if she did like a test, wouldn't it? Like, let's watch Genevieve get the points. And she like, that would be so cool to see. No, I'm kidding. She's been in network marketing for like freaking 30 years. She's a genius. She's amazing. Okay. So, your story watchers, right? If they're watching your stories, they see that you like that pink drink. It is not weird to say, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for watching my stories all the time. I appreciate it. Oh, my crazy life." Or, "Have you seen this pink drink that I drink? I love it. Have you ever thought about trying it?" Say that to everybody that's continuing. It's like, you have no business watching my stories. Excuse me, you're just gonna stalk me. Well, if you're gonna stalk me, I'm gonna say, hello. Do you see this amazing thing that I have? Hi. So if you are looking to expand your network, talk to those people. They're watching your stuff and the people that like your posts. We see stuff all the time and we don't double click that we like it. If they're gonna take the time to double click it, either they're a nice supportive person, which is great, and someone you'd want to work with, like thank you for the support, and they're probably a little open-minded if they're that friendly to go support everybody, and they probably like community, or they were identifying with something in the post, but just maybe they need more information or whatever. Those are people right there that you can reach out to. Scroll through your old posts and see who liked them. There's always a way to talk to somebody. All you have to do is be a friendly little voice. Just be friendly. Hey, yeah, make it sweet and short. Have you ever thought about trying the pink drink? Yeah, I know. Wasn't that testimony amazing of Jenna? So crazy. Do you struggle with anything? Have you ever thought about trying it? And then just see how the conversation goes. Putting up free samples. Free samples. Who wants a pink drink? Something that worked well for me recently that I should do again was I said happy Friday. I'm gonna say happy, or everybody say happy, comment happy, and the last person before I say Friday wins a free sample on me. That actually got some action. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect that. People like free stuff. So send out a sample here and there. I'm tempted to like give them the whole shebang and all the different flavors, but send out a sample. That's kind of part of our job. It just is, find some cheap envelopes and some cheap cards, write some, hey, hope you love it. I'll reach out to you soon. So that's a way to connect to new people. Facebook groups, join some Facebook groups. I'm in one, Minnesota Moms. There's stuff all out there. Just go research. You could join 10 groups today. Their posts are going to start popping up, and just comment on those posts. Yeah, Vicky's been kicked out of a few, and you might get kicked out of a few, but that's not going to mess with you, because that's just closed-minded people. What you're doing is good. And that's how you get in touch with people. Oh my gosh, seeing so many people. There was a status about PCOS the other day, and everybody's commenting they have PCOS and they're looking to try this prescription. I want to help them. And I
I
feel
have to
good.
add
Yeah.
I have to add to that because I jumped on a post like randomly, and it was just like a post. It wasn't even in a group, but it was this lady who like showed a photo of herself every day for a week and how some days she'd be bloated and some days she wasn't, blah, blah, blah. And it was all fluctuating. All these people were like, blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh, that's so me, blah, blah, blah. I reached out to like so many people, and so many people actually messaged me back. And then they all went dead. Like, I was like, oh, I was like so excited. I'm like, oh, this could actually work. And then it didn't. Not that I'm not ever going to try it, whatever, again, and keep trying to connect, but I got like so excited. And
Well,
then it kind of,
that story's not over, Wendy. The story's not over.
well, the one person, like, this person does not receive messages on Messenger. Like, it's done. Like, let's go. So I was like, what the heck is that? But anyway.
But it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
Right? What, Amy?
So I'm in some groups like that, same thing, like bloating, or they talk a lot about irregularity, stuff like that. And so, I mean, I've literally gone through like 90 comments and messaged everyone in Messenger. And Messenger is such a pain because they don't always see that you've messaged if you're not friend. It's really time consuming and complicated. And most of the time doesn't lead to anything, but I have gotten more than one. I probably have gotten like 3 customers that way. So don't give up, but it is. Messenger does not make it easy, and it does take a while.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll say, like, once I message them, I go back and I comment, like I see if they seen it. And then I go back and I comment again on their comment and say, hey, I sent you a message. Let me know if you've seen it, because we might have to be friends first. And then sometimes we become friends. And even if they don't become a customer, now they're seeing my posts
Mhm.
because now we're friends. So
Exactly, because you're thinking bigger picture, because this is not the end all be all. This business is not join Facebook groups and message a lot of people and see how many you can sign up. It's just like the magic post we talked about. It's just one extra thing that you can do to get your chances up there of finding some good people. It's just another thing, and it sucks and it's awkward and sometimes it falls flat, but you have to do it anyway because you're going to meet somebody. You're going to meet someone that you never expected. Taylor found a biz builder in a mom group. She didn't stay, but I'm grateful for her. Exactly that momentum that person brings, even if they go silver, that builds your belief. Oh my gosh, I can build a silver. Like to this day, if I build a silver, I'm like, I could still do it. Oh my gosh, I did it. You know, like if she stays or doesn't stay, that's her choice. But you're like, I can do it. Okay, I can repeat those same steps again. You know, so and you got a couple orders, and who knows what happens with those other people. Who knows? Maybe you become friends with one of them, you know. It is a tough thing when you put yourself out there and there's so many personalities. And let's face it, people are inundated with sales. That's our culture. And a lot of people are cranky. But that doesn't take away from your authenticity and how great our products and opportunity are. So you can't shut up about it. You can't. It is their choice, but you have to make sure that they hear it. So yeah, join the Facebook groups. It's not, I mean, when I saw all those people with PCOS, I want to help every single one of them. It's so sad. All the people that are struggling right now, and they're just like relying on complete strangers on the internet or their doctor to give them another prescription. And every time I just see gut health, gut health, gut health, like I want to tell them, but I'm not going to let me being that awkward network marketing person get in my way. Like, fine, if someone wants to label me or kick me out of a group or not like that I reached out to them, fine. But the right people will say, oh, thank you. Like, thanks for looking out for me. What is it that you do? Those are the people you want. And you only need a couple of them, quality over quantity. That will change everything. And you're going to feel so good because when you reap all these rewards and like have a really good person that like respects you and likes you and is thankful for you, you're like, you can't even remember all the jerks anymore. When we're on this cruise, we're not going to remember all those jerks. No way. We're going to be so thankful for where we are. So yeah, it's a tough road, but it's also an amazing road. Like so many blessings. So that's life, right? There's evil everywhere, jerks everywhere. But you're not going to let that get in your way. You're going to keep doing things. You're going to self-discipline. Um Conversations with strangers. You know, oddly enough, that's who I sign up. It's conversations with strangers that end up going better than well, and I don't want to label it. See, I don't even want to put those words out there. I've learned enough to say I don't sign warm market people. I'm not putting that statement out there, that because then my brain believes it, right? I'm not even going to say that. But I have had a lot of success with strangers. And I think what it is what's that word? Like your stance, your belief, your confidence that you put forth. It's that word. It's the stance that you portray that I don't need your order. It makes a difference to me whether or not you order, doesn't matter. Do I care about your health? Yes. I believe in these products and I believe everyone needs them. I'm confident in what I do because of what it's done for me, not because I'm great. Um, and so when you have this stance, I don't know, there's it's like I think that's just got to be a self-growth journey that you go on. Because you can handle a conversation with someone and these thoughts of, oh my gosh, they're a stranger and I don't know them and I'm just trying to sell them. That is a false narrative in your mind. This is a person just like any other person, and you got the same products to help them, and you're the same authentic, caring person. Show them how friendly you are. just be super friendly. Like they end up being really nice. Like they're used to this. They are used to kind of going back and forth with strangers on social media and purchasing things. Like that's kind of our society that we live in. So you just kind of got to expect that they're going to be cool. And you'll be cool in return. Oh yeah, Vicky, your comment. I don't really know. I wish I had more advice on that. But basically, strangers are not as scary as you think. You become pleasantly surprised. I mean, I had a woman, some of you might remember her, Vicky, and Monique. Do you remember Yolanda? Yolanda was a complete stranger off Instagram. And I empathize with her struggle. And we ended up getting on the phone. We talked for a solid half hour. It was a great conversation. And she was not a network marketing type, how you would label them on the outside, but she blossomed and opened up and connected with the group. And she went gold all on her own. And like that was just such an example to me. She was a stranger out of nowhere and she just blossomed as a person. She was so much fun. And she's not here anymore, but I keep in contact with her because I genuinely care about her. And she was a complete stranger. Complete stranger. So you just have to be that open person. Yeah, I'm the gut health girl. I'm the gut health guy. Yeah, I love Plexus. I do. I love these products. They make me feel really good. And I'm gonna talk to everybody about it. That's the stance you have to take. And strangers are they're kind of used to it. They don't think it's so weird. So whatever is weird, I think, is in your head. You can get over it. So yeah, and again, over on Instagram, search for hashtags. People struggling, go to their page, like a bunch of their posts so you show up in their notifications, reply to their stories. Oh, so cute. Oh, that looks so great. Ask a question in their stories, start some conversations. So that's another way to just go create new connections. Any questions? I can't believe I talked this whole time. Anything anybody's thinking about? All right. So I think the moral of the story is self-discipline, force yourself. Not every shot is going to land like you want it to, but one basket, one great person that you make can change everything. So you can't be the person that doesn't take the action. You got to make a lot of actions, especially right now with the end of the month. Oh, I messaged 10 people. Woo, okay. Force yourself to message 20. Force yourself to message 50. I know that sounds nuts, but it's the same message. It's the same amount of work and effort. Just go. Go, go, go. All those people, even if it ended badly, I don't care. You don't know what's going on in their life. They may be a changed person, or they might really need this now, or they had a really bad weekend and they felt like crap, and you messaged at just the right time. So you just got to be the one. Keep reaching out. It's hard, but it's also easy, and we can do it. Yeah. Vicky.
I just wanted to add that also the longer you do this, the more like people that are going to start coming around. I've been doing this for it'll be 4 years in August since I started the business. And I had someone reach out on a post, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. It was a post about Active, I think. And she's like, I need this, message me. And she ordered. I've known her for like ever. And it's like, are you just now seeing my stuff? So you just don't know when it's going to be their time either, so, or you have people that quit and then they come back. I signed up someone, I think it was over the weekend, who was someone, she canceled her account last year. And now she's back. And now I have someone today I just sent a cart to that was another person that quit, canceled her account, and now she's back. So you just never know. So anyway, that's my thoughts. The longer you do it.
Did you reach out to them or did they just decide they wanted to come back?
Yeah. I've kept a relationship with them. So like the one from the weekend or last week or whatever, she originally signed up in like 2021, but we're friends on Facebook. I'll check in with her every so often. I knew she had a baby. And so I checked in and asked her how the baby was. And same with the other girl, we're friends on Facebook and I like her posts. I'm just still a friendly person. It's like, okay, you quit and that's okay. Like we can still be friends because you never know, they might come back around.
Exactly it. And that's how you know you're going to have longevity too, because this isn't a short-term thing, one and done. This can retire you, and this can be residual income for a long, long time. What a good
Yeah,
job
it's
to
just
have.
about being that friend and caring about people and always thinking about the people and putting them first, and the orders will come. It took me a long time to learn that. But I did.
All right, let's end on that because that's everything.
Good. Thank you.
All right. Get out there, get some messages going, dive deep, and just remember whatever you say, it's going to be fine because you are a nice, authentic, happy person and you want everybody to feel good, everybody to be able to quit their jobs. And if they don't want to, fine, but you want to help everybody do it. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Bye.